In this episode of 10 Best Ones, we are going to check out the top 5 best dual SIM smartphones in 2018. I made this list based on my personal opinion, and I tried to list them based on their price, quality, durability and more. If you want to see the price and find out more information about these dual SIM smartphones, you can check out the links down in the description and the comment section below. Okay, so, let's get started with the video. At number 5, we have the OnePlus 5T. The OnePlus 5T A5010 is a quality dual SIM smartphone that packs 6GB of RAM, 64GB of storage space with a beautiful design that will make you feel attached with the smartphone from the moment you take it with you. From a design perspective, this model boasts an aluminum unibody design, with curved edges, large 6-inch screen, and a midnight black color finish, which I find it absolutely gorgeous. At the rear, top left corner, you can find two cameras, of which, the left one is 16 megapixels with an f1.7, while the second one is 20 megapixels, also with an f1.7, which is really cool. Next to them, there is a dual LED flash, and at the center, there is the fingerprint scanner, from which you can take an advantage, in order to enhance the overall security, instead of typing boring passwords. At the bottom, there is a downward-firing speaker, and a dash charge-enabled USB-C port, while at the side, there is a dual nano SIM tray, so you will be equipped with basically everything. But now, let's talk about the performance. The OnePlus 5T A5010 integrates an octa-core Qualcomm Snapdragon processor, and it uses an Oxygen OS based on Android 7.1.1 Nougat, so it will run fast, and you can have many apps opened at the same time, without feeling any decrease at all, in terms of the performance. Moving on, the 6-inch OLED screen has a resolution of 2160 by 1080, it is very sharp as well, and it has an aspect ratio of 18:9, which means that the visuals would never disappoint you. When it comes to the camera performance, those who've already purchased this smartphone claim that the pictures they've taken, regardless if it was during the day or during the night, were incredibly defined, with just a slight or no noise at all, so you can capture photos that will be extremely quality. The battery life is expected to last around 11 hours, but in practice, you may get around 9 to 10 hours, since everything depends on your usage, which is quite good though. To conclude, the OnePlus 5T A5010 is a bargain for the price, so you should consider it as your next purchase without any hesitation. Moving on, at number 4, we have the LG V30 Plus H930DS. The LG V30 Plus would be a really good option if you're a frequent traveler who is looking for a smartphone that has dual SIMs, looks elegant, and has enough storage to let you have many apps and photos installed and stored. From a design perspective, the V30 Plus comes in 4 different color editions, such as black, blue, which is the one that we are currently reviewing, silver and violet, and all of them share the same specs, but differ at the price. The blue one has a 6-inch display with 7.3mm thickness, and it is lightweight, with only 158 grams, so you won't virtually feel that you're holding a smartphone at all. At the top left corner, there is a 5-megapixel camera, while on the whole exterior, you won't find any physical buttons, which in my opinion, give the smartphone a really neat, elegant look that speaks for itself. But, when you turn this device on the other side, at the top, there are dual 16 megapixels and 13 megapixel cameras, that are followed by a LED flash, a fingerprint sensor, which is positioned slightly below, and a turn-on button. In addition, as you already know, this unit has hybrid dual SIM, but, putting this aside, you can also find a micro SD card slot so you can expand the storage, along with a 3.5mm audio jack, which is placed at the top. Now, let's talk about the features. The V30 Plus is powered by an octa-core processor, and has 4GB of RAM memory, 128GB of storage, and 4x4 MIMO antennas, that will let you have a reliable and strong network signal. The 6-inch OLED has a UHD with an aspect ratio of 18:9, which means that you will have a huge space for entertainment. I'd also want to mention that the rear cameras have 120-degree field of view, while the front has 90-degree of view, and all 3 of them can capture well-defined photos and videos. The 3300 mAh battery has an endurance rating of about 93 hours, but if you're using it continuously, you can expect to have around 9 hours of usage. Overall, the LG V30 Plus is a really good option, so give it a try and assure yourself of its quality. Next stop, at number 3, we have the HTC U11 Plus. The HTC U11 Plus is yet another great dual SIM smartphone that has everything necessary to ensure that you would never regret your decision of purchasing it, starting from the design, and all the way to its performance. From a design perspective, the U11 Plus is available in 4 different color editions, from which you can choose your favorite one, but we've chosen the so-called Amazon Silver, because it looks exceptionally good. This unit is well built, and you can notice that with the reflective metal and the glass body, with an IP68 and dust resistance rating, and a Gorilla Glass 5 that covers both of the phone's sides, so when you see the smartphone as a whole, it looks incredibly good. At the top, there is an 8-megapixel camera, while at the bottom, there is a USB 3.1 Type-C port, which will let you have a fast data transfer and charging, but there is also a speaker grill and a mic. When you flip the U11 Plus over, you will instantly notice dual LED flashes, with a 12-megapixel camera, that is positioned above the fingerprint scanner, but we will talk more about these in the following sections. So, let's start talking about the performance. The HTC U11 Plus houses an octa-core Qualcomm Snapdragon 835 processor, 6GB of RAM, 128GB of ROM, and supports micro SD cards of up to 2TB, so without a doubt, I can say that this unit has enough memory for files and for having many apps running at the same time. Moreover, the 6-inch touchscreen supports up to 16 million colors, and has a resolution of 1440 by 2880 pixels, with an aspect ratio of 18:9, so you can't simply ask for more. Finally, the 3930 mAh, non-removable battery, supports Quick Charge 3.0, and it can last long enough to keep you covered throughout your whole day, so you shouldn't worry about anything. To conclude, I strongly recommend you the HTC U11 Plus, because it gives a great value for its actual cost. Moving on, at number 2, we have the Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus. The Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus is a premium, dual-SIM smartphone that is widely known for its quality performance, and that's the main reason for its success, and why it is favored by so many people on the market. From a design perspective, the S9 Plus is available in 3 colors in Amazon, so you can choose between the coral blue, the lilac purple, or the midnight black, which we are currently reviewing, due to the fact that it radiates with style. The smartphone's construction is made with aluminum, while the 6.2-inch screen has a Gorilla Glass 5 coating, which means that, even if you accidentally drop it on your floor, the chances of breaking, or scratching, are set to the minimum. At the front top, except the gorgeous screen, you will also see a low-profile, 8-megapixel camera, with an f1.7, with which you can take beautiful selfies, or have video chats. While if you flip the smartphone over, you will instantly notice an S9 Plus label on the bottom, dual camera system, along with a flash and a fingerprint sensor, which in my opinion, could be set in a more accessible position. Now, let's talk about the features. The S9 Plus has an octa-core processor, 6GB of RAM, 128GB of ROM, and if you don't find the memory enough for you, well, this smartphone supports micro SD cards of up to 400GB, which is super cool. Moreover, the 6.2-inch AMOLED screen has a Quad HD Plus resolution, or 2960 by 1440 in terms of pixels, with 529 pixels into every inch, so it is indeed gorgeous, and exceptionally sharp. I'd also want to inform you that both of the rear cameras have 12 megapixels, and they are capable enough to capture well-defined photos, with a cinematic look. Before we end, I'd like to mention that the 3500 mAh battery can last during your whole day, however, this isn't fixed, since everything depends on your actual usage. Overall, the S9 Plus is a top option, due to the fact that it is fast, looks beautiful, and the audio and camera quality are indeed overwhelming. And finally, at number 1, we have the Huawei P20 Pro. The Huawei P20 Pro would be an extremely good option, especially if you're looking for a smartphone that combines an attractive design, 3 rear cameras, and dual SIMs, for a price that doesn't cost a fortune. From a design perspective, the P20 Pro comes in 3 colors from which you can choose your best one, but we've chosen the midnight blue, because it looks very neat, and will surely get your attention right away. This unit has an eye-catching body, which is composed of glass and aluminum, or to be more precise, the glass is present at the front and at the back, while the aluminum is set at the frame, so you will be indeed fascinated of the design. At the front, top, there is the camera of 24 megapixels, with an f2.0 aperture, which at the same time, supports fixed focal length, while at the bottom, there is a set of stereo speakers, and one physical button, which I find it really useful, because these things maintain the smartphone's minimalistic appeal. At the back, there are 3 cameras, with 40 megapixels, 20 megapixels, and 8 megapixels accordingly, and they are also followed by a dual-tone flash and a light temperature sensor. But now, let's talk about the performance. The P20 Pro has an octa-core, high-silicon Kirin 970 processor, with 128 GB of ROM and 6 GB of RAM memory. Moreover, the 6.1-inch OLED screen has a resolution of 2240 by 1080, with an aspect ratio of 18 by 7 by 9, which means that is really wide, and I think that you will love it. Moving on, all of the 3 rear cameras are unique in their own way. For example, the one, with 40 megapixels, is capable enough to capture vibrant and accurate photos. The 20MP has a monochrome sensor, so it can reveal many details, while the 8MP is good for zooming. Finally, the 4000 mAh battery can last between 2 and 2.5 days of consistent use, but take in mind that, if you push it to the maximum, this may vary. To conclude, the Huawei P20 Pro is a great smartphone that can compete with Samsung S9 Plus and iPhone X, and if you ever decide to purchase it, you will never regret that decision. Thanks for watching, I hope you liked this video. If this video was helpful to you, please remember to leave a like and subscribe to my channel to see more videos like this in the future, and if you have any questions related to these dual SIM smartphones, you can leave a comment down below and I will get back to you as soon as I can.